The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. First time in person. Longtime friend of the show. My guy, my brother. Cortez in the building. What's up, bro?
Shaking, man. Blessings, man.
How you living, man?
Another day, another dollar, man. You know
Always,
what I'm saying?
always.
Yeah, always.
I'm glad to see you, bro.
Nah, I'm glad to see you too, bro. Like, I just told you, you know what I mean? I'm going to give you your flowers, man. Like, I love to see elevation. I've been in this game a long time, and to see people from the bottom elevate to certain levels, I always salute that. That's what we in the game for. So salute to you first off.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
G.
Got to give people their flowers while they're alive, man. And I like to give you your flowers with this project because it's something that you said at the end of the freestyle, which I hope people remember. And I don't want to say it wrong, so correct me if I missay it. But you said this ain't the best album for a battle rapper. This ain't, what else did you say?
This ain't the best album for like a rapper's rapper. Just one of the best albums out, period.
There you go, man.
And I'm not gonna be humble about it no more.
As you shouldn't.
You feel me?
As you shouldn't. There was, you know, you brought up, I think it was on Instagram. You brought it up somewhere where you were talking about like how they were having a conversation about battle rappers on like Hot 9, right? And what was the conversation about? It was
I got a little birdie, and what they said was they was talking about battle rap, and they was like, yeah, but none of them can rap on beats, or none of them, like, they rap on beats with no drums. It was kind of like also directed towards like more like the Griselda type beats and stuff, and like battle rappers can't stay in pocket even with those records because a lot of those artists are punchline artists.
Right.
So I was like, oh, y'all ain't doing y'all research, because if you look at, you know what I mean, that one round I have, that's like the most viral battle clip on a beat. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how long. So, you know, just trying to bring awareness to certain things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much information out now that people got to see these things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or
also, it's hard, too, because like you said, there's so much information out there. It's easy for people maybe to have missed it. Not because they didn't want to see it or they weren't looking for it, but like you said, there's so much things that we're taking in on a day-to-day basis. All it takes is like that 1 second to look away from your phone and they missed the clip that you was just talking about.
That's exactly what it is. It's like, respectfully pay attention. Like, there are battle rappers out there. Not just, you know, anybody. There's dope shit out there that people are just not seeing. And there's so much that, you know what I mean, so many dope artists, and I salute all the artists. You know, we all feed off of each other. We all get inspired with each other, hearing lyrics, hearing cadences, hearing certain flows. So, you know, I'm a purist when it comes to lyricism and hip-hop. So, you know, I just try to bring the awareness on what I'm doing and, you know, the people around me.
Right. I love that, man. So, with this project, right? Incredible. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to it over the weekend on my flight back from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I came back prepared. But it was funny because you and I were just talking about how I was just saying that, like, there was another artist, I ain't gonna say who said that they had to turn themselves in recently. And you said Filthy Karma is like kind of like talking about that. And you do have like, you know, you got records like Playing Both Sides on there. And, you know, but I want you, when you were making this project, right, what was kind of like your thought process, and how does like what I just said even fit into like the overall theme of it?
Well, I think the concept around Filthy Karma was this. I see a lot of artists, they're rapping what their lives are. They're in the streets, you know, gangs, you know, drug dealing, and we've all been a part of it. But I'm seeing a lot of artists that are my peers legitimize themselves, finally get out the streets, finally get out the game. And then as soon as they are like walking the straight and narrow, it's like their past comes back to get them. You know, they get hit with a RICO charge. They, you know what I mean, indicted because of gang activity, or just caught up in some shit that happened 10 years ago, you know? So I wanted to touch on that because I feel like everybody can rap, but it's like, okay, let's touch on certain topics that are relevant to this day without me trying to fit into what the younger crowd wants, you know? And I felt like Filthy Karma was that perfect blend, you know? And I spoke with Crisis about it. Shout out Crisis. He produced the whole album. And that was the tone and that was the mood we went for. So every song on a topic is a different situation that you might see with an artist or an entertainer or somebody with some type of clout that's trying to do better, and then, you know, shit catches up with you.
Right. And I've started noticing that a lot recently, too. Like, even though a lot of, obviously, like, you know, you look at the unfortunate situation with Chef and Sleepy, you know, you see how that's playing out in front of the public eye right now. Or you kind of just, even like a bunch of other young New York artists who've been on this platform. Obviously, you have people like, you know, someone like Ice Spice who has like the blessing of like being able to reach the heights that she's reached and get out that space. But like, you know, you look at some of the other ones that have been on my show, and then unfortunately, like, I see them and they're not around anymore, you know, because they're in jail. And I look at that, I'm like, damn it, and like they had such promising careers too, and they could rap. Some of them could really rap. So that's why I kind of look at those things. I'm like, man, it makes me sad that like this, things from like 5-6 years ago, like you said, have just come back to haunt you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just in a revolving door of artists that you see it with. You could go from, GS9, you could go
Yeah,
with, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And you see their story, but they came home, and people saluted them and they doing their thing. So, I just feel like, especially in New York, it's like, it's very prominent. Like you see it, and I don't know about other places, but I know from my environment, you could see it every day. And I'd be like, damn, he was dope. You know what I mean? And, I've myself been in certain situations and people I know have been in certain situations. So I'm always appreciative that I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean? And that's my motivation. Like, yo, keep doing with this, and make that influence.
And I love how you did the project with Crisis too, because I always love when, like, I'm a big fan of like producer artist projects. Like what I mean by that is just like, yo, just like y'all lock in because it keeps the sound concise. Not saying it wouldn't be concise, but like, you getting different beats from different people. It's gonna sound different from track to track.
Yeah.
But with this project, you could hear like, how it's just like it's a concise sound, concise topic. You get the point, Like you said, each record is like a different situation that someone could find themselves in.
Big facts.
And just speaking to that too. Did you always plan to do it with Crisis? Like was that always in the plans?
Crisis and Doza. Me and Doza's actually
Shout out
working
Doza,
on the
yeah,
project
Doza.
too. So, that's my thing. Like what I try to do is Cortez and my like whole rebrand process and more of a becoming an artist and a brand. I wanted to make sure I surrounded myself with certain beats. And I wanted a certain cadence and create my own sound. A lot of my favorite artists have their own sound. Like when you hear a certain beat, oh, that's a Dipset beat.
Yeah.
They have their own sound. That was kind of like what I aim for. I want to get to the point where they sit there and say, oh, that's a Cortez type beat. You know what I mean? So that's the inspiration behind it. Doza, Crisis. And then me and Crisis, we just knocked out like 3 songs one day. And then we was like, yo, we might as well just start working on this now.
Yeah.
And we just... That's it. Get to work
real quick.
Yeah.
With the kind of the theme of the project, right? And shout out your son because I know your son's a big on the radar.
Yeah.
Fan, right. What's his name?
Nesto G's.
Shout out Nesto G's, right? How do you also break down these topics to your son and like what he's making, like or the music that he's making?
Well, yeah, cause like he's in the drill rap, and I listen to it and I see what he's talking about, and it's got to be prevalent to what his life is. So I don't never try to knock that because I feel like as an artist, I was the same way at his age, But I always try to sprinkle in, throw some game in there, you know what I mean? Or like, look at the structure, I mean, no one was able to teach me how to move at 17, 18 years old as an artist. Everything was just you throwing darts at the wall trying to figure out what works.
Right, yeah.
You feel me? So I'm telling him like, yo, boom, look, we're going to get your ass cap. We're going to get your publishing. We're going to move this. This is how you shoot the video. Yo, this is how you set up a release party. These little jewels is helping him understand the game more and understand how to make money. Because one thing I hate is that a lot of these artists put out so much music and their paperwork and their money is not right.
Yeah.
It's like frustrating. It's like, okay, so what are you doing this for? I teach him early on, treat this like a business. The music, the content is cool, but still have to treat it like a business.
Yeah.
And that's all I try to do.
Right. Okay. And then you just kind of let him fly on his own.
Yeah, I let him fly. Like, he didn't tell me he rapped. First time I heard him rap, he laid the song down and shot the video already. Pulled up in the car, said, yo, listen to this. I'm like, this your man? This type fire. He's like, nah, that's me. I'm like, what? Yo, why you ain't tell me? He's like, nah, I wanted to come to you correct. You know what I mean? So I respected that, And I never try to force, how some parents try to force their kids to rap or do what they do. Nah, I ain't try to do that.
You ain't try to force your sound on him.
Yeah, I let his creativity and his artistry be what it is, and I watch from afar, and then, I just try to nudge him in the right direction.
Right. I respect that, because then at the same time, it's like, obviously you're his father, so you want to make sure he's doing the right thing. And like, you don't want to make sure he has to learn some of the lessons that you're talking about the way that you had to learn those
exactly.
lessons.
When I was recording the album, there was things going on. I'll just say like that.
Right.
And, certain situations, and he was able to reflect off that and be like, okay, I get it, and I don't have to, I'm not a parent that's going to be drilling everything into your head. Like, I'd rather let you see, yo, you're going to learn, So, like I said, man, he's his own man. I'm proud of what he's doing, and, people going to start hearing a lot from him soon. So, I'm just there.
That's OGs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, shout out Ness OGs, man.
Word.
I only met him one time, but it was a quick.
We're going to bring him up here. We're going to bring him over and turn up.
I like that for us.
Word.
What else you been working on? What else we got cooking?
Right now, Working on an album with Doza. Got a couple battles. Can't really name who, but you know, still doing the battles. And I'm just trying to basically, when people see Cortez, they just realize like, yo, like he can battle rap, he can be an artist, he's a brand. You know, and just separate myself from what everybody else is doing. Just feel like independently, you don't need a label, you don't need much. You just need to be persistent and target your audience of fans and just give them what they want.
Right. I was going to say, how do you feel about battle rap right now? Because I remember last time we spoke, obviously you were super heavy into focusing on the music, right? But I've seen you do battles since then, of course. So like, I'm like wondering what space you're heading in with that.
My space for battle rap is a little funny at this point. I'm not even going to lie, because I feel like it's at a turning point. You know, and I think any artist, not just in battle rap, but anybody, when you're in a profession for so long, you start seeing things that are changing, and you got to change with the times or move on to other things. And I feel like any artist, when you get in the game, this is what you do, and then you use those plugs and that notoriety that you have to move on to other things. You know, so I've been working on acting. You know, doing a couple roles, working on some mini films. You know, just doing stuff to expand. You know, I'm working on a documentary, low key. We could talk about that off camera, but I'm just doing a lot of things that's like trying to just separate myself to be Cortez, the things that excite me more now. You know?
Like do the things that you want to do now. I mean, not saying you never want to do all that other stuff, but like outside of your interest,
I'm able to do
rap,
it. Yeah, I'm able to do it now. I feel like anything I do with battle rap, I'm solidified regardless.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's gonna take away a legend status from me, or, you know, being one of the most, you know, prolific New York or Latino battle rappers. That's solidified. So now it's like, all right, what else can we do? You know, and that's always been my focus.
I like that for you, man. So you don't have any upcoming battles we can talk about yet?
Nah. It would have been, but the business wasn't right, baby.
Oh, the business wasn't right. Does that happen a lot for you too?
All the time. That happens all the time, you know. But like I say, these guys, like, you know, like URL or most of the other leagues, I've been doing business with these guys for so long. I don't really take it personal, you know, like, all right, boom, the business ain't work out. You got me on the next one. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a tight-knit family. I feel blessed to be able to still make money 15 years later. A lot of people come and go in battle rap, and they're not here no more. You know what I mean? So I could still step on the stage, headline, travel. So, you know, I'm cool with that.
Okay, as long as you're cool with it.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
And make sure y'all pay Cortez what he worked. Come on, man. This is a living legend at this point.
Nah, that wasn't me.
Oh.
It wasn't me. It was
Okay,
a business
okay.
on another end. But it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll work something else out. That's all.
Right. Well, look, man, I appreciate you being here. New project out now, so make sure y'all go stream that. Freestyle out now with Doza on it as well, so make sure you go check that out. We also gonna work to get that on streaming for y'all, so go check it out on streaming once it's out. My brother, before we get out of here, anything else you want to let the people know, where they can follow you at, all that good stuff?
Listen,
Now's the time to do it. This camera right here.
At Cortez_Bodega. Tap in. Filthy Karma out now. Cortez Crisis. Brooklyn Murder Ave Gang. Free size.
There you go. Cortez on the radar. Go run up that freestyle. Go follow him. Go show him some love. Go show him some support. Love is free. Sports free. Child Ray knew that. Till next time on the radar. We out. Boom, my guy.
Thanks. Fire.
Perfect.
Fire.